Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. If you have a gardening question you'd like our host Fred Howard to answer, send him an email. The email address is fred@planttalkradio.com. Now for today's question. Dan called in last week and said, give me some ideas on cut flowers. And you have thought about that most of the week, I know, and you came up, like you said, with 90 plus.
Right.
We're not going to do all 90 now, but give us a few. We'll do a few each week.
Well,
give us a few that you really like to put in an arrangement that you think would be great to bring inside.
Okay, and I'm going to say that most of these will work. It'll depend on when you collect them. Early morning in the dew and cool is the better time to collect these things. So let's just start with the plain old onion. Now, there are they're called allium in the case of what you want to buy, and you have to get them in the fall. But there are short ones, 6 or so inches high, and then there are the giant ones that get up into almost 2.5 or more feet tall, great big globe on their head. They can be cut flowers. They also can be dried. And I'm going to kind of mix this as to both cut flowers and dried flowers, and sometimes both. Coxcomb. There is the one that has the tall, inflorescence, 4 or 5 inches tall, and then the name coxcomb, the other type of celosia by technical name, is the one that has the comb type top. Globe thistle, also called Echinops, is a wonderful cut flower and fresh flower. The freshness, unless you stick your hand into it wrong, the freshness will last for a good long time because the plant doesn't look like it died.
Yeah.
Now, that's one of the beauties of it. Plus, it can be then just plain, we'll call it dried and kept for overwinter things. Peonies, which will be coming along soon. Then into the sedum. The sedum family, from little bitty short ones, 3-4 inches high for a kind of a flat container, or then the tall sedums that give us the real show, both in all stages of flower, most especially to fall with that beautiful bronzy red. Those will be 12 or so inches high. Then, of course, in the annuals that we'll be planting within the month, it will be the salvia. Well, there's perennial salvia also, both annual and perennial. Zinnias, snapdragons, and then gaillardia, which is, kind of a mixed bag. It's all daisy-like flowers. Most are yellow-orange, a brown or black center. There's quite a variety of them out there. Lilies. We don't think of lilies until you see them. Now, lily will last as a cut flower for quite a while. When you stick your nose in to smell it, you get the yellow on your nose, and your friends will look at you kind of strangely. But at the same time, until the first petal drops, and that's your sign to be done with them, they'll last for a number of days. Narcissus, the daffodils. There are many, many, many kinds of daffodils. Some of mine have long since finished. Others are just coming on. There's also some late season types that'll be even later than that. And then phlox, not the creeping phlox that's coming into bloom right now, but the tall phlox for summer is an excellent cut flower. And then I mentioned the bulbs to a certain degree. Tulips are magnificent. Now, it's rare to get them to stand up straight, but to have them collected and then kind of leaning out of the pot just all by themselves can be very beautiful. So that's what I'm going to list for this week, and we'll try to continue to do so. So, Dan, grab your pencil and paper. This is for you and, of course, everybody else listening.
Well, not only for cut flowers, but just some nice ideas if you want something different in the garden, because this is the time of year when you start thinking about that.
Well, and that's why I'm going to hit the list again a little heavy next week, because it is coming planting time very, very shortly, and we'll try to get enough of these names out to either be discussed further or just simply get them purchased so you can use them in your yard this year.
Hey, thanks again for listening to our podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our other podcasts as well, the Plant of the Week podcast and the Plant Talk Radio podcast, all on iTunes or your favorite podcast player. If you'd like to sponsor a daily podcast, contact us at fred@planttalkradio.com. To find out more about Fred Hauer and Plant Talk Radio, visit our website, planttalkradio.com.
Circle270media.com